it was not surprising that he was living there, and somehow this end was expected, because we couldn't expect the US not to try to eliminate him at some point of time. Now the question is about Al-Qaeda and what happens next. One of the issues is that both Osama bin Laden and now Ayman Zawahiri had real credentials. They had been fighting with Al-Qaeda since the beginning, since the late 80s. Even though Ayman Zawahiri only joined Al-Qaeda just before 9/11, he has been around the organization for a long time. So now it will be very difficult for the organization to renew itself, to name a new leader that can be consensually accepted by all the organization's followers, by all the affiliates. And that will be a very difficult process for the organization. And so we are looking forward to what happens next. It's not necessarily about the US or about the international community. I think it's mostly about the new regime, how to share power within the new regime, who gets what position, who gets to control what ministries, to decide the general policies, and so on. And so that might come in addition to these internal debates within the Taliban movement. But I don't necessarily think it would be the main divide between them. But it could be used internally to justify some of the internal divergences between several factions. In the short term, there will be debates about the Taliban, about their commitments to the Doha Agreement, about their commitments to the international community not to threaten international order by harboring Al-Qaeda. So that will be a real debate in the short term. But then, depending on what happens with Al-Qaeda next, who is the next leader, and it's likely that the next leader is not going to be located in Afghanistan. So in that sense, in the long run, it might help them further distance themselves from at least Al-Qaeda's figureheads.